What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, we got some leaked news regarding the missing man, John. Oh, scary. You see it here, Yahoo News, 2 days ago. The former bare knuckle, he ain't bare knuckle. Anyway, I was searching for, obviously, we know, well, leaked to you, man, probably 2 months ago now. The best part of 2 months ago, after the Usyk fight, I leaked to you, man, that I had indeed been in contact with Interpol and numerous global investigative agencies trying to locate this guy. Yeah, we had a whole problem with his name. We know the Fury family are connected with Elik and Ahan, so they've been able to change their identity. Hence, that's where the whole, not persona, what do they call it? The straw man, the fake identity of Tyson Fury and John Fury came from. It's now well known and well documented, leaked by myself, 100%. Their second name is actually McGuinness. It's Luke McGuinness. It's not Usyk already exposed. Team Usyk, Krasic came out and said his name ain't even Tyson. It's Luke. And I'm telling you, man, the same way Krasic told you his name meant Tyson, it's Luke. I'm telling you, his name ain't Fury, it's McGuinness. Luke McGuinness. Now, I ain't gonna lie and make out I know what John's real first name is. What I do know for a fact is it's X McGuinness. Yeah, but for argument's sake, let's call it John McGuinness. So I passed that information to the international authorities, and I mean, he's still missing essentially. Yeah, I came on here a week ago, and told you, man, it's looking hopeful now. We've got a real name to lock into, but so far he's still missing. Look, he's missing. Nonetheless, though, there's this leaked article here. You see it here, 2 days ago, and this is, if you follow my channel, you know this is John Fury 101. Yeah, we've taken the piss out of John before. When John's down bad, he starts talking about how bad society is and etc, etc. But when he's up, when he's out there nutting 15-year-old prepubescent Ukrainians, it's all fun and games and he loves society. Then when he gets punched up, then when he's in the corner begging his son not to get smoked, etc, etc, all of a sudden he hates society. So anyway, let's get to the bars from John Fury. Yeah? John Fury knows where he stands with most people when it comes to some family members, it's as far away from them as possible. The former bare knuckle boxer, he's not though, and father of WBC heavyweight champion, has become one of the most box office figures in boxing. Anyway, blah 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 blah. In an exclusive interview with Manchester Evening News, while speaking on behalf of Free Bets, Fury said, "Today we're in a different world. Time has moved on. I've moved on." Oh no. We've heard this before, people. When Mickey, Theo and Joe Egan were pressing this guy, yeah, this cat went back to back to one of them ones. Oh, I'm left society now. Everyone wants to get at me and it's not nice, right? But when he's out there saying, "Oh, KSI, I'll bomb you, KSI, I'll do what them men did to me in jail, KSI, I'll bomb you." And I feel sorry for John. John's an institutionalized prison sister victim. That's what they'd call it in the kind of, what's the word? Professionally speaking. Yeah, if you're a psychiatric professional, John Fury is in that pigeonhole of institutionalized prison sister victim. Yeah? He knows when he goes to jail, his butt's in the air, people. Because where else would a 60-year-old man learn to get his people? He had his backside out, slapping it. Yeah, and then next thing, KSI, I'll bomb you, KSI. Oh. All that bad mind, satanic energy, it's not his fault. Yeah, we are a product of our environment. And when you've got a whole bunch of bullets in there, and John, the thing about John is, if you look at John's frame, I'm not that way inclined, but there's a lot of mandem, yeah. A lot of the mandem, they like big women. Not me, but certain men like big women for some reason. So when John goes in there with his big soft looking ass, it's a wrap for him. He a prison sister. He doesn't mean he necessarily wants to be, but they turn him into one. That's how it goes. Yeah, listen to the song. Lost and turned out, 100%. John was in jail, he lost and he got turned out. Bottom line. Anyway, Let's get some more bars. What's that word they call anarchistic? Anarchy. Not anarchy. I can't think of the word. There's a word here that describes when people, it's all doom and gloom. That's John now. Oh, the world's all wrong. My son got punched up and it's a wrap for me. That's how he goes when he's down bad. Yeah? When he's on a high, like he's unstoppable. Oh. And when he's down, it's all the world's fault. He blames the world. That's how you feel. Anyway, here we go. I'm an old man now. I've learnt better since. But back in the day, we all wanted to be survivors and winners. Yeah. Before your son got punched up. Right? You all thought it was sweet. You all thought it was funny. Not in the 15-year-old prepubescent Ukrainian. And now you're sick of this culture. Now you're sick of capitalism. Yeah, right? That's how it always goes. When you're winning at capitalism, it's all fun and games and, yeah, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But when you're losing, it's like, oh, man, the system's not right. That's John. When he thought Usyk was 200 pounds soaking wet and Tyson was going to go in there and punch him up, he'd have been telling you about the warrior spirit and how it's supposed to be. Now he's saying, actually, the whole survivor and winner mentality is not what it's cracked up to be. Anyway. So back in the day, we all wanted to be survivors and winners. Until my son got popped in his mouth and we found out he a loser. Yeah? Everyone strives to be a winner until you're definitely a loser. Then you don't want to play that game anymore. Well, let's not compete on who wins and loses. Let's talk some hippie shit. Let's all be equal. Yeah? Mr. El Capitalista has turned into a socialist now. He wants everyone to get a prize. He don't want to be in the survivors and winners category. He don't want to compete at that no more. You see that one there? Yeah? There's always a cost. It's documented. It's cost me a lot of time in jail, a lot of ill feeling, and a lot of non-talking. Non-talking, John, stop. You have never stopped talking. Yeah? Apart from when one of the zesty bulls was taking your jaw side out in the pen. But apart from that, your mouth don't stop running. Do you understand? Anyway. There's family members. There's members of my family I'm never going to speak to again. Through the life I've led. Through the life they've led. The deceit, the backstabbing, listening to too many people that don't know what they're talking about. John, you're one of them, all due respect. Yeah? If there was ever a category of people who talk too much about what they don't know about, that's you. Sugar Hill could say this about you. The deceit, the backstabbing, the listening to too many people that don't know what they're talking about. You were one of them people. You and Andy Lee were one of them people talking too much that Tyson was listening to that don't know what they're talking about. Fact. I'm guilty of that as well. He admits that. He's confessed it now. John Fury confesses, I'm guilty of running my mouth and talking rubbish as well. Fair play to him. He's got a little bit of honesty. Ever since Usyk knocked the Shaitan out of Tyson, I did tell you this. Shaitanic forces often... What's the word? It goes through bloodlines. Do you understand? Bruce Lee said he had some mad thing and it was passed through to his son. John Fury's the same way. But when Usyk, Alexander the exorciser Usyk, knocked the Shaitanic forces out of his son, John's also been... See that one there? He's also been relieved of that possession. And that's why now he's saying he can be honest. You know what? I was possessed. Yeah, thank you, Usyk, for knocking the shaitan out of my zesty ass. Because there's no way, when you see John Fury up there saying, you watch his eyes, I'll bomb you, KSI, I'll bomb you. That's the shaitan. You can just see it in him. He's full of like, I'll bomb you, KSI, I'll bomb you. But people, what 60-year-old man, hetero man, wants to bum, I mean, of all people, to bum as well. KSI, oh damn. I'm not zesty, but if I was, it wouldn't be KSI I'm fixing to bum. That's for sure. His ugly ass, with his 5 head. Yeah? Listen, and KSI, he coined up. KSI, he coined up. He clouted up. But he's not someone I'm fixing to bum now. He just wouldn't be. If there was a list of dudes to bum, he wouldn't be anywhere in the top 1,000, would he? He just wouldn't be on the list full stop. He just wouldn't. You know what I mean? You might throw Ryan Garcia in there. You might throw some other twink in there. You wouldn't put KSI, a big alien head looking ass, in that list. Anyway, he goes on. But I'm a man who likes my own company. I've decided now that at this stage of the game, I'm a one-horse race. I'm out on my own. I don't bother nobody because the world has passed me by now. Again, this is that kind of talk again from John. It's all doom and gloom. Oh, the world's not right, and oh, the world's done me wrong, and my time's over. But you best believe if Tyson had won, you wouldn't have saw John stop talking. Oh, it was my advice. I told him. Put it on him, Tyson. Put it on him. If John Fury, if Fury, 100%. If Tyson had done something, then John would have been taking all the credit because he was talking out of both sides. He was telling Tyson to be defensive. He was telling Tyson to attack. So he couldn't lose, essentially, apart from the fact he lost. But, you know what I mean? Strategically speaking, he covered all bases. He was on his hat, man. Oh, this could happen, that could happen. Covered all bases, and then one eventuality takes place, and John will be sitting there saying, yeah, I'm the reason that he won because of my great advice in the clutch. But he washed up now. Now he's sitting there in his rocking chair thinking about old flames of future past. Is that the saying? I'm not sure, but you get the point I'm making. Oh, the world's passed me by now. My son's washed up. Tommy's a twink. Roman, Jesus. Do you know what I mean? Roman, stop. Fury did not go into detail about family members he was specifically talking about. Now, I've been told Peter Fury did a video. We know Peter Fury, people. Who else are you going to be talking about? Who else is there? I believe one of Huey Fury was a guy who used to train Tyson. That was one of Tyson's uncles. Well, sorry, Luke's. Luke/Tyson. That was one of their uncles. He passed away. And I believe that's when Peter stepped in. The point is, I'm not a genealogist of the McGuinness family, but who else would John be talking about? It's got to be Peter. Huey isn't here. It's not going to be about his sons, is it? So it's about Peter. Especially after Peter came out on October Red's channel. Go and check that interview. Leaked interview, ain't no one seen before. Peter Fury, October Red, about a month ago. That video was fire. And Peter Fury came out and said, listen, when I was bagging up, when I was moving the gear for El Kinahan, because Peter Fury was in, I believe, allegedly, some people are saying, reportedly, Peter Fury was, it's documented, Peter Fury got 10 years bird for moving weight of the white, yeah? And I believe the pattern for him was El Kinahan. Do you understand, people? El Kinahan was patterning Peter Fury with the weight. That's just a fact of the situation. Fair play, Peter Fury took his bird. He didn't go state witness. Yeah, he didn't run his mouth. He took the weight, and fair play to Peter for that. But the fact of the matter is, people, Peter Fury was the top boss of that smaller distributor organisation. You understand? Peter Fury said, John is my brother, but he's limited. Yeah? When I was running that big Coca organisation, distributor, retailer organisation for El Kinahan, John was the bagger. Yeah? And even when John was the bagger, he'd have to be given very specific and simple instructions. Bag, gear, spoon, knife, gear, bag. Yeah? So he'd get it. Beep, beep. He couldn't even weigh it like that. That's the truth, what I've heard. He had to be double checked. Do you understand, people? That's what John had to do. Because he ain't complex. He can't do more than a few things at once. Anything that requires any brain power, he out of there. So Peter Fury essentially leaks the fact that he says, John, you should have been dabbing Tyson's head in the corner, not talking. Because Peter's got experience. He knows the limitations of his brother. Yeah, if you're struggling to put two bits in the bag, can't even bag up properly, then you ain't got no business going out of that realm. Simple things. Yeah, production. John Fury is very good at production line things. That's why I did a video. Yeah. Shortly after it was leaked that John Fury's signing on again. It's back on the doll. John Fury was pictured digging up horse excrement. Simple for him, right? Horse shit. Bag. Horse shit in bag. He's got that kind of stature to him. He's got that production, division of labour, specialised. He's specialist at digging them kind of things here. Bagging up horse shit, bagging up the gear. That's what he's specialist at. And Peter Fury alluded to that fact. Yeah, John, dab his head. Peter Fury said, if I was in that corner, I'd have told John Fury, zip your mouth and dab his head. You dab his head, and you have his spit bucket. Because Peter's got experience of his brother. He knows what it's like to deal with John, organisationally speaking. Yeah, John's not one of them guys you're going to give a whole bunch of self-determination too. He doesn't deal well with that. We've seen that, people. A 60-year-old man with good self-determination ain't going to be posted up there with his butthole out, right? Yeah, he needs to be told, John, just sit there, be quiet. Because the minute he starts thinking for himself, his butt's out. The minute he starts thinking for himself, he's trying to bum a dude, right? Not my word. Peter Fury said it, and he's right. I agree with Peter. That's the facts. John Fury don't do well, yeah? John Fury, off his own volition, he's trying to nut a prepubescent 14-year-old. Again, he's like that guy off of that TV show, which is called... Oh, it's got that Cillian Murphy in. What's it called? Cillian Murphy TV show. What's that TV show called? Kind of fell off towards the end. Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders Horseman. This is the man that... Is that the horseman? No, that's not him. Is that him there? Curly. This is John. Look into Peaky Blinders. If you know Peaky Blinders, Curly... Yeah, that is John Fury's kind of shtick. He look after tell a lie, Curly's actually more dynamic than John. Curly is like a horse whisperer. He gets it like that. John can't do that. He's not that dynamic. John can literally get that and dig the thing into the bag. That's what he can do. So he's not. That's disrespecting Curly. To be fair, Curly does have some unique skills in whispering to animals and whatnot. John can't do that. The animals smell there's something off of him. John does get on well with animals because they smell. Oh, the animal can smell it. Oh, he's he's about 70p short of a pound. Is John? Yeah, the animals they talk to each other. They say, "Oh man, yeah, that's John. Johnny's back." And they feel they adopt him as one of their own. They see John. Horses see John as like a old half with it horse. Oh, he's a big old horse and he's a bit, you know what I mean? He's not quite with it. So they have empathy. Horses have empathy for John. That's the bottom line. Yeah, I have empathy for John as well. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I have empathy for any man who's 60 years old and he's shouting about how he's going to bum a dude. I do. It's a tragic. It must be a tragic existence to live. Anyway, here's another one. I'm out with the horse and buggy and people don't believe you anyway because the people who believed in me, they're long gone. Oh, people. Tragic. You know what I mean? Oh, sad to read this. Oh, how the mighty hath fallen. They're long gone. Listen, people, he weren't saying these bars. Where was these bars? And Shane Fury's got his tail between his legs. He's trying to crawl back into the real talk genre, but come on, Shane. Yeah, when your dad nutted a 14-year-old prepubescent Ukrainian cat who's about 5 foot tall, you was there going, "Oh, he's sorry now. You got it now. Oh, he looks like a pussy now." So don't make out you're a real talker. Yeah, you the apple in the tree. That's what I'll say about Shane. Yeah, the apple in the tree, and you're a bit more real than the apple, but you're still from the tree. Essentially, it goes on. They're long gone, you know. You can ask certain people up and down who know John Fury in the Manchester area. They know what kind of character I've been. Yeah, you're the prolific bummer. That's what I've heard on the streets. You're that guy who you have to keep your butthole safe from in the pen. Because you are the victim who becomes the perpetrator in jail. John went to jail, experienced the madness. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. But from what I understand, allegedly, reportedly, some people are saying he then went on the abuser, or the abused becomes the abuser kind of thing. That's why he's trying to groom KSI. I'll bomb you. Oh. Yeah. And I had a lot of respect for them, as they have for me. But today's men, it's a different ball game, isn't it? So again, he throws jibes, and I'm not saying, I've already said, men in general, the average man is definitely more estrogenic, is definitely more beta. That said, there's outliers everywhere, right? But John, John, you can't, of all the people who might be able to sit there and say today's men aren't all that, you're definitely not one of them. You're one of today's men. Yeah, you're a social media fiend, you fiend for the clout. You're a big old oaf, got your butthole out, you're talking about bumming people, got your shirt off. You are today's man. The pinnacle of it. You are really. If an alien came down and looked at John, you could say, alien, this is essentially the state of men. If anything, it's even worse for you. At least Tommy, yeah, is Tommy a bit zesty? Is he out there doing commercials for his moisturising cream? Okay. But at least he's young. He can learn. Maybe in 20 years, Tommy Fury might say, nah, I'm not going to do a madness with an ITV executive to get on TV again. He might do that. That's what life and learning's about. But John, what's your excuse? You're 60 years old. Yeah? You're an old, messy head. That's the worst way to be, right? If you're young and messy, you got something to learn. If you're old and messy, it's like, oh damn. Oh damn. That's bad, isn't it, right? That's real bad. You old and messy. It's not even a good look. Like some people would say, oh, if Tommy Fury gets his ass out, it might be one of them, right? But John, there's not one man on earth who want to see John's ass. That's a fact. There might be at the margin there'll be a few zesty man, and there'll be a few zesty man, a few down low cats who probably want to see Tommy's butthole. Not one wants to see John's though. Do you understand, people? So yeah, John's washed up right now. He's feeling it. This is John's shtick. I predicted this. I said when something goes wrong for John, he blames society. The world's not right. Everyone's wrong, and the world persecuted me. And it's all about. I'm not sure how to explain it. I'm not sure what the actual diagnosis is, but he has this kind of victim, tragic, washed up warrior stance. Like he really had it like that. Like his name was really out there like that in the past, and times moved on. John, you weren't known like that. You just wasn't. You weren't in the mix like that, where you can sit there and say, oh, times have changed. You weren't in the old times either. Your name weren't popping then. Yeah, you was known as Peter Fury's bagman. You was the bagger-upper. That's what you was known as. Peter Fury couldn't even count the coin. He couldn't. You get stuck after about the first 2 notes. About 3 notes in, John starts, oh, is that 20? Is it 30? He don't know. He can't count. So you weren't even good in that respect. You literally could bag it up. And even then, people I heard, allegedly at the retail level, whenever John was in charge of the bagging, it'd get reports that, oh, it's off. This one's half short. This one's over, etc., etc. So that's what John's getting at here. Peter Fury had to sack John off because he was essentially a liability. He was causing bad public relations with Peter Fury's links, with Peter Fury's retail clientele. Yeah, no one wants to get their bits, yeah, and half's missing because John can't read the scale properly. Right? Who want to be existing like that? No one does. So that's why John has resentment towards Peter, because John feels like, I'm your brother. Like even if I'm 70p short of a pound, you should still put me on. Peter said, listen, John, I'm just trying to run a business here. Yeah, I'm just trying to run a nefarious business, and I can't have you messing with the product and the retail clientele who expect their bits to be on point. So it's one of them ones. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. John washed up, he going through it. Say a prayer for John. Smash the like button, subscribe, like off the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about it. People, stop it.